Jake was born healthy on August 15th, 1987. When he was a little over 3 months old, he was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer called neuroblastoma. It's a very long story, with Jake growing progressively worse through a series of 15 surgeries and a long hospitalization. And the doctors and nurses at Children's Hospital in Minneapolis had done all they could for him. So we had our pastor bless him, and we sat vigil with him. And he went into spontaneous remission, which sometimes happens with neuroblastoma in very young children. And he got better, a little bit better every day. And by the end of February, we were able to take him home. When Jake was a year old, unless you saw him without a shirt on, you would not know he had been sick. The following spring, Jake developed a new tumor behind his left eye and in his bone marrow. We knew that he was in big trouble. And he went through 30 radiation treatments and 13 months of chemotherapy. And his chances were not very good of surviving. At the end of his treatment, we were told that he had a 0 to 5% chance of living through those 13 months. He finished his treatments in April 1991, and once again we realized how lucky we were to have him here with us. Then we quietly started to wonder what his future would be. When you raise a typically developing child, you think the world is their oyster. They can achieve and be anything they set their minds to. However, when you raise a child with special needs, you wonder what they can do and how their life will be. Their world can be small and their choices few. We were given a list of agencies in Hennepin County to consider for Jake. We toured the first one and left feeling a little deflated. There was not much there for Jake. Our next tour was at Opportunity Partners. We instantly felt at home. Jake really liked it there. It felt right. When I run into friends that I haven't seen for a while and they ask how Jake is doing, I tell them he has a great life. He's a client at Opportunity Partners. He's involved with classwork, community involvement, and has a job there in packaging. He loves what he does. He loves the people there.
Sports have been very important to Jake, and we cannot thank Opportunity Partners enough for allowing Jake to continue that love and that desire to follow sports and everything he does. They've supported him so much that we couldn't ask for anything more. Jacob will attend any sporting event, and he has to have tickets. And he has to be the tickets because Jake will save every ticket of every sporting event we've been to. So he's happiest when he has that ticket in hand. That's how we kind of measure how successful we were that summer, and which games we went to and tickets, and he likes to show that off, and that's his badge of honor. What OP has done besides supporting Jake in the sports sense is they're putting him into work situations. They're putting him into that where he can participate, where he can do things. As good as Jake is at sports, he has a more difficult time actually focusing, working with other people, paying attention. And Opportunity Partners has trained him to the point that they've helped him at Culver's because there were things he couldn't do. Jake has a hard time with certain gross motor skills. And for someone who can shoot a basket as well as he can, he has difficult times picking up a bag of ketchup and putting it in a container. So they've supported him, they've trained, and they've worked with him to develop the non-sports, which is just so important for him. And then also the whole social aspect. He's able to interact with people on a daily basis, which is very important to us, and which OP has just supported and may help him progress in that.
I want to thank Opportunity Partners for the choices that you've provided for Jake, and the fact that he has a bigger life than we ever thought he could have. Our entire family is so very grateful to Opportunity Partners for everything that you've done for us and helping Jake be the best he can be. We are very, very grateful.